Hey everybody, it's Mike here at MH Tutorials, and today we are going to model a prison corridor. All right, so let's get started with that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start by creating units. So let's say rooms. Okay, so for that we are going to take a polygon cube, something like so, maybe stretch it out a bit, and pull that up to just about the appropriate height. Okay. We're going to hit 5 for shaded mode, and we're going to take out the front, but not entirely. So we're going to right click, go to face, select that face, edit mesh, extrude. We're going to hit R, we're going to scale that in just a little bit. Okay. We're going to hit G to repeat that, hit W, push that back, something like that. And then we're going to select that face and hit delete. All right. Then on the back, we're going to create a little window. So select that face, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, scale that in, hit W, pull that up, maybe something like that, and select that face and hit delete. We'll just clean this up, right click edge, just take these 4 edges, get rid of that. Okay, looks about right. Cool. All right, so next what we're going to do is we're going to create some bars here, all right? So we're going to take a polygon cylinder. We're going to pull that up, hit R to scale that in, make it nice and thin. And let's switch views so that we can see it a bit better. We're now in our side view. We're going to hit W, we're going to pull that up, something like that. We're going to pull that over. We're going to hit R, we're going to stretch it out a bit more, but not all the way. Something like that. All right. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate that. Hit W to move that over. Something like so. And we're going to hit Shift D to repeat that until we leave a gap something like this. Okay. And that's what we're going to need to open it up. All right. We're going to go back and switch views again. Just drag select these. Hit W. Hang on. Modify center pivot. Got an object mode. All right. Just check our top view to make sure that we are inside. I'll just hit 5 for shaded mode. That we're inside there. Something like that. All right. Looks about right. Okay. Now we're going to create some horizontal bars. So we're going to take a polygon cube. We're going to drag that out, pull it up just a little, give it some height, bring that into position, check from our top view, hit F to zoom in, make sure that that's aligned, and we're going to hit R, we're going to scale that back a little bit, something like so. In our perspective view, we're going to pull that up just a little, and this end looks okay. And we're going to take this end here, right click vertex, drag select those, and bring that in to about there. All right. Right click object mode, select that guy, Control D to duplicate, pull it up there, Control D again. I'm going to bring one, let's say down there. We're going to do one more down there. I'll just check from this view to make sure that they're even. Yeah, it looks okay. All right. So now we need a little gate section here. So for that, we are going to select this stuff, deselect the cube, hit Control D, pull that out. We're going to take out a few bars. Not sure how many, but we'll see that soon enough. Just select that. And let's start to move that into position. Hit F to zoom in. Pull it over like so. Looks like we need to get rid of one more bar. We'll delete that guy. We'll select this guy, right click edge, and select that top edge there. That edge, right? We're going to bring that in to about there. And then we're going to right click object mode. Looks like I only got one of the edges, sorry. Should be able to select them. Doesn't want to play ball for some reason. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to select these guys. We'll get this fixed, no worries. Select that, that, and that. And we're going to go to mesh and combine. Something funky going on, guys. Just bear with me for 1 sec. There we go. Mesh, combine. All right. Now we're going to go back to our top view, right click edge, select these edges. There we go. We're going to bring that in to about there. We're going to right click object mode, select that whole thing, and bring that into about there. Okay. Now, we're not going to go into extreme detail here for the reason that we are going to create a complete corridor, and we don't want to get a huge amount of polygons here, so we're going to keep it fairly basic, but I do need to come up with some kind of lock system here. So we're going to create a polygon cube. I'm going to pull that up, something like so. Hit F to zoom in. We are going to right click face, select that face, edit mesh, extrude, hit R. We're going to pull that in and hit W and pull that out, something like so. Okay. And we are going to turn this over, edit mesh, insert edge loop tool. We'll put one there and one there, like that. Hit Q, right click face, select that face, hit W and pull that out. Something like that. Let's clean this up, right click edge. That's right. And get rid of those. Okay. Looks about right. Maybe make it a bit thinner. Object mode. Hit R. Scale that in just a little. Then we are going to create a polygon cylinder. Something like that. Hit E. Rotate that by Where'd he go? There. Minus 90, like so. And we are going to create a polygon cube. And we're going to drag that out like that. We're going to pull that up. We're going to switch views to this view here. Hit F, zoom in. Right click vertex, drag click the top two. Hit R and scale that in like that. Okay, right click object mode. Back to our perspective view. Hit W and move that towards that object there. Hit F. We are going to scale this down a bit. Take this guy, hit W, move it in a bit. And as you probably figured by now, what we are doing is we are creating our lock hole. Okay, so this guy, bring that in a bit. Scale it up a bit. Something like so. Select both of them. Mesh combine. Now we are going to deal with the dreaded Boolean. Just clean this up. Take these edges and these edges. Pull that in a bit. Like that. Object mode, there we go. We're going to go to modify center pivot. We're going to hit W and we're going to start to move that towards our lock plate. Let's make sure we are in the middle here. Hit F to zoom in. Something like that. That looks about right. Now make sure that that is through and through, like so. Select this guy, shift select that guy, go to mesh, boolean, and difference. I hate it when that happens. Okay, we're not gonna spend a lot of time on that. I've mentioned this in a lot of videos that happens quite often in my ass. So what we're going to do instead, just to keep on going, is we're going to do this. This will give us pretty much what we're looking for, but I can still tweak it a little bit. Right click edge. We're just going to select these edges. Oops, didn't want to do that. Face, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, scale that in and stretch that back out, something like so. Edit mesh, extrude, hit W and push that in a bit. It's not exactly what we're looking for, but you know, as far as details are concerned, that's good enough. We're going to take that thing, we're going to move that in, we're going to move that up, bring that over here, check our front view, make sure it's level there, looks about right, maybe a bit big, let's scale it down a bit. There we go. So that's our lock situation. And now we need to create some quick hinges for the gate here. So we are going to create a polygon cube. Looks like I left something behind here. mesh, combine. And we're just going to modify center pivot. Bring that back up. Go to this view here. Hit R, scale that down just a little, like so. And then bring that in. All right, like that. All right. We're going to take a polygon cube, give it a little height there. Hit R, scale that in a little bit. Edit mesh, insert edge loop. I'm going to put 2 there. Hit Q on the keyboard, F to zoom in. And what we're going to do is we are going to right-click face, drag select these faces, hit W, and we're going to pull that out, something like so. And edit mesh, insert edge loop tool, put one there, hit Q, right-click face, and pull that out. Let's tweak that a bit. Right-click edge, drag select those and deselect those. That looks about right. Let's bevel these edges, at least the ones that we can see. Edit mesh, bevel, like that. Right-click object mode, and let's scale this in quite a bit. Okay. We are going to hit W. We're going to start to move that in. Let's switch to this view here. Okay, we're going to hit R. We're going to scale that back quite a bit. Hit W, move that to about there. Let's check how that looks. Hit E, rotate that a bit. Okay, we're going to hit Control D to duplicate that. And I'm going to pull one up there. Just check from this view. Control D. Pull one up there. And Control D. And pull one up there. So this will give us our initial basic unit. I'm not quite sure if anybody could get through this gap here, but just in case, we're going to duplicate that guy and we'll put one right there. Just to give a sense that that's not one straight fence, that there are hinges and so forth, okay? So this is one contained unit. Select that, mesh, combine. So we now have this guy, and we're going to duplicate that a couple of times. First, go to modify center pivot, hit Control D to duplicate it. Like so. And hit Shift D. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So we got 10 units there. All right. We're going to drag select that, mesh, combine. We're going to hit Control. Actually, we're going to go to modify center pivot. Hit Control D to duplicate that. Pull that over. Hit E and rotate that around. And let's do 180 like so. Now we're going to check our view to make sure that the corridor isn't too wide. So let's bring that in a bit. And let's have a view. Okay, something like that. All right, cool. Now what we're going to do is we are going to right click, go to face. This is just for reference. I'm going to continue to build on this and then duplicate it again over, okay? So we are going to right click, face, all of those, edit mesh, extrude, hit R to scale out. We're going to hit edit mesh, extrude again. We're going to hit W. We're going to pull that up. Not too much. And then we are going to hit, let's think. We're going to bring that in a little bit. Okay. So that is, and maybe a bit more. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Then we're going to go to our top view. And we're going to tweak that a little bit. We're going to right click, go to edge. We're going to drag select these. And we're going to bring that back in. Drag select these. Bring that, oops. Not just that one. We're going to drag select that one. All right, this is going to be tricky. We got all these edges. We're going to bring that in like so, which will give us this, and that is fine. All right. Now again, this one is just for reference. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our units down here. So take the whole thing, hit Control D to duplicate. We're going to bring that one up. So let's make sure that we are, yeah, there we go. Cool. And for reference, okay, so now we need to create some gate up here, if you know what I mean. So for that, we are going to create a polygon cylinder. Pull it up a little bit. We're going to move that into position. Let's see where we're at. Just switch views here so we can see it a bit better. Okay, this guy needs to come in here. Come down a bit. And come in. All right. Let's bring that down. Okay. So that one needs to be quite a bit thinner. And we're going to stretch that out a bit. Hit W, bring that out to the corner. Something like that. Height-wise, that looks fine. Let's see, rotate values look fine. Okay. So now that we got that, we are going to duplicate that. So we got one. We're going to hit Control D, and we're going to move it over until it's on the seam of the unit. Okay. And then we're going to hit Shift D all the way down. And as you can see, we need to tweak it a bit because, okay, we're going to move that one to the corner, something like that. Take this guy, oops, not that. It doesn't always play out exactly the way you want it to, but it's an easy fix, okay? Just want this guy and nothing else. There we go. We'll get there. That one looks fine. All right. So now that we got that, we need to have some bars on top. So hit Control D, hit E to rotate that by 90 degrees like that. And then we are going to hit W, move it over to this end, bring it down a bit. We're going to switch back to our front view. Actually, it's our side view, but the front view of our image. Hit F to zoom in. So that's fine. So we're going to hit Insert. We're going to move our pivot point down there. Right-click Vertex. Drag like those. Zoom out quite a bit. Hit W. And bring that way over. Hit F to make sure that we are inside right there. Okay. Right-click Object Mode. Select that guy. Control D. I'll move to this corner so we can see it a bit better. We're going to move that up. 1. Shift D and Shift D. And then we'll take the last one and bring that down a little bit, which will give us this here. All right, cool. Now, when we are going to render our scene, we're going to be at an angle something like this, okay? So we don't need to close that up. All right, so we got that. Now what we can do is we can take this unit here, hit Control D once more, pull that up until we are on top like so. We're going to take our fence here, oops, not that one. I'll just do it from the front view. It's a bit easier. That one, that one, that one. Looks like we got the whole thing. Mesh, combine, Control D to duplicate, hit W to move that up, and let's move that up here. All right, so we got that basic setup. We're gonna take this guy, we're gonna get rid of it, right click the whole thing, mesh, combine, modify center pivot, Control D to duplicate, pull it out, hit E, rotate that by 180, and now we are going to start to set up our angle. First I'm going to create a ground plane here. Just bring that in something like that. And we're going to take one unit, hit Control D. We're going to move that back, hit E, rotate it by 270. Let's go to our top view. Let's hit W and let's start to bring that in. Something like so. Okay. Now we're going to want to have a ceiling in our prison. So we're going to take this, Control D. We're going to move that up to something like that. And let's see if we need to close that off or not. Let's bring this down. Yeah, that gives us a nice spacing. All right. Now let's set up our render view. Looks like the top one needs a bit more space there. So we'll do that. And just to get a closed setting here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click edge, select that edge, and that edge. Go to edit mesh, extrude, hit W and just push that down. All right, let's go back to our render view. Try to get that positioned okay. Something like that. Go to view, bookmark, edit bookmark. Let's call this prison view and apply and close. Okay, so we've got that set up. Let's apply some material to our scene. So we're going to right click object mode. We're going to drag select everything. Right click assign new material. I'm going to use mental ray, but you can use anything you like. Okay, so I'm going to use a mental ray material. And let's see, where is my mental ray? There it is. Let's go with a white-ish color. Maybe just a bit too white. We'll keep it a bit darker. And we'll take the bottom and we'll, assign new material. We're going to do a slightly different color on that. Maybe a bit darker. That's fine. We're going to set up some lights. So I'm going to start off by going to create lights, V-ray rectangular light. But again, you know, if you're using mental ray or Maya, you can just use another light type. I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to hit E to rotate that a little bit. I'm going to pull that up here, pull it back a little bit. Something like so. And we're going to go to create, actually we're going to go to our render settings, sorry. I'm going to go with V-ray. I'm going to go to my V-ray tab, V-ray sun and sky. And I'm going to create sun and create sky, like that. And while we're here, I'm just going to check the rest of the settings. I'm going to set up global illumination, and I'm going to change the size of my image to HD 1080, like so. Let's check our sun here. Window outliner, and there it is. Okay. I'm going to hit W. I'm going to push that back. That's going to be about the angle that I'm looking for. View, bookmark, prison view. And let's give this a quick try and see what we got. All right. And I'll just pause during the render. Be back in a sec. Alright guys, this is our initial render. As you can see, it's not bad, but we still got some tweaking to do. Mainly related to the sense of proportion, right? So we're going to add some detail to the scene to get a better sense of that, alright? So what we're going to do is we're going to create some picnic tables. Okay. So I'm just going to create a polygon cube, and I'm just going to pull that up just a little. Hit F to zoom in, like so. Scale it down a little bit. Okay. Then we are going to create another cube. Pull that up and push that in, something like so. We're going to hit W. We're going to move that underneath. And I'll just see what the best view is to do that. Okay, we're going to move that underneath like so. Let's see, there we go. Okay, something like that. All right, maybe give it a bit more height, like so. Looks about right. Okay, then we are going to hit Control D to duplicate that. Hit W, pull it down, and hit R and stretch that out a bit to, let's say, there. That is about right. Okay. We are going to hit Control D again, hit E, rotate that. Now it's important to get that at the right angle, let's say 45 degrees. Okay. We're going to hit W, we're going to move that down. We're going to move that out. Yeah, we need to change that angle a little bit, I think. Let's say, yeah, we'll do 60. Okay, 60. Let's take that, hit W, pull that in, and pull that down like so. All right. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate that. Pull it over here. Rotate it that way. Make that 120. Hit W, bring that in to about there. Okay. Then we're going to select these two, right click vertex. Select that one as well. And we're going to push that up. And we're going to bring that in a little bit. And push that up a little bit. Something like that. All right, cool. Then we're going to take this guy, Control D to duplicate, pull that out, hit R, push that way in, and we're going to have that sitting on this cross section here. Maybe make it a bit wider, like so, and a little bit up, a little bit in, and maybe we'll take these three and just push them in a little. Okay. Now we are going to go to Mesh Combine, modify center pivot, Control D to duplicate, push that out here, hit E to rotate that until we're at 180, hit W to pull that in, and let's check if we can see this. Just bring that out a little bit, something like that. All right. Like so. Then we'll take this guy, the seat here. Control D, move that over there. And again, this is going to be extremely small, but it's close enough. All right, so we got that guy. Mesh combine. Okay, we're going to scale that down a lot. Hit F to zoom in. And we're going to start to move that into our scene. Modify center pivot. Hit W, push that into our scene. Hit F to zoom in. And we need to make sure that the scale is right. Okay, so it looks like we need to scale it down quite a bit more. And I'm just going to move this towards the one of the gates, so to speak, to get a sense of proportion. Okay, now this is pretty much body height, right? And we're going to pull this down to the ground. So it needs to be a bit bigger than that. That looks about realistic. Okay, so now we're going to go to our top view and we're going to hit F to zoom in, and we're going to start to position these. Okay, so we're going to need a pathway in the middle to keep open. So we'll put one there. Control D to duplicate one, like so, and then shift select both. Control D and move them over here to get roughly the same distance. Something like that, which will give us a path in the middle. Okay, select all four, mesh combine, modify center pivot, Control D to duplicate. We'll have a group of 4 here, and then we'll take all of that, mesh combine, modify center pivot, Control D. We're going to move a group over here, Shift D and Shift D. That looks about right. Let's see how that looks from our bookmark. That gives already a bit better sense of depth and so forth. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to create some lights on the ceiling here. Looks like we still need to move these tables over to the left and to the right a little bit. So I'm just going to drag, select this row here, deselect my light, and I probably got, no, that's fine, okay. So I'm going to move that. Then I'm going to, obviously I need to go to mesh and separate, which will allow me to select these. Hit W, modify center pivot. That looks a little bit better. Okay, which will give us this. Now next, we need to create some industrial lights to be on the ceiling. Okay, so I'm going to create a polygon sphere, and I'm going to take down the subdivisions to about 10 by 10. Okay, let's remove the bottom section of this thing. So face and drag, select the bottom part there, like so. Hit delete. Right click object mode, select that thing, edit mesh, extrude. We're going to increase this thickness just a bit. All right, something like that. Okay. Then we're going to zoom in. We're going to select these top faces here. Edit mesh, extrude. Hit W, pull that up, something like so. And then hit G to repeat that. R to scale that in. this something like that, and edit mesh, extrude again, hit W and pull that up. Now we'll give that some height, something like so. And then we are going to hit G once more, R to scale out, like that, G once more, and W to pull up. Okay, we're gonna create, let's see, no, that's fine. Okay, right click, object mode, we're gonna take our light, we're gonna hit R, we're gonna scale it down quite a bit. Let's start to move that into our scene. So hit F to zoom in, it's way over there. We're going to hit W and we're going to start to move that towards our scene. Over there, okay. Let's just check the proportions to see if it's not too big. Check our bookmark. Well, they typically are fairly large, but I'll just bring it back just a bit. Something like that, okay. Move that up a little bit until we are in contact with our ceiling. Like so. We're going to go to our top view. And we're going to start to position these. So let's do one right there. Hit F to zoom in. Yeah, pretty much. Control D to duplicate that. We're going to move on over there. G to repeat that. Oops. Control D. G to, come on. Control D. There we go. One there. And then we'll select our lights. Control D and move them over. Okay. Now let's just check our bookmark, which already gives a pretty different feeling to the scene. Okay. Now I want to do one more thing before we go into our render. Actually, two more things. One is I want to change the angle of my light to something like this. Let's see, a bit higher. Something like that. Okay. Now, one more thing. I want to use a preset to get a guy in here. Okay. So we're going to go to Window, General Editors, Visor. And let's hope the scene doesn't crash. Okay. And then we're going to go to this scene here. And we're going to take this guy, walk one, middle mouse click, and drag that into our scene. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, it did. So we've got this guy here. Okay. Now, let's just, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Okay. We're just going to drag select this guy. Okay, so I got my guy selected. I'm going to go to Edit, Delete by Type History, which will allow me to take that guy and hopefully scale him down quite a bit. And we'll take this rig and get rid of that. We don't need that. Hit F to zoom in. And let's move this guy into our scene. Hit F to zoom in. We're not quite in our scene yet. Let's see, pull them up a little bit. Okay, that's the problem. Bring him over here, pull him up. Okay, now we need to scale this guy down some more, quite a bit more. I'm going to go to Modify Center Pivot, hit F to zoom in. Let's get this guy into proportion. As you can see, it's still too tall, so we're going to try to scale this guy to one of the that looks about right, maybe a bit taller, like so. Let's go to our top view, hit F to zoom in. Our guy is way over there. Let's move him to our pathway. And let's hit Control D and move one guy over here. Move it like so. And hit E and have him walk in that direction. Okay? We're going to go to our bookmark, back to our preview here. Bookmark, present view. Okay. Now we are ready to do our final render. Okay, so let's just tweak this angle a little bit. Something like that. Oh, and before I forget, I want to add one more light. So if you bookmark, I'm just going to tweak this. We'll just get rid of those. And we'll call this new. I want to go to my top view. I want to take my area light right there. Control D to duplicate. Move it out here. Move it in that corner there. Hit F to zoom in. And we're going to hit E and we're going to rotate that to something like so. Okay. Perspective view. Okay. View, bookmark, new. There we go. We're going to go to our render settings. And I'm just going to check everything one more time. It looks all right. That's on. We'll turn off the caustics here. That looks about right. Free ray, we got that all set up. I'm going to change my image size to HD 1080. Now, this is going to take a while. So I'm going to hit render, pause, and see you guys when it's done. See you in a bit. Hi guys. Well, as you can see, the render is still going on, but we're getting a pretty good sense of what the final render is going to look like. And I'll just zoom in a couple areas. You can see that that's pretty neat, right? Still has a bit to go, but you get a good sense of what this is going to look like, right? Okay. I'm just going to minimize this so we can continue with the tutorial. And obviously, as a preview shot, I will have the full render exactly as shown just now. So this is pretty much the tutorial. Maybe I'll pick this up in another video and start to do some texturing. So if you would like me to do that, just leave a comment on that effect. And that said, I would like to thank all of you for watching, as usual. And if you would like to subscribe, that would be awesome. And see you guys next time. Bye.